Don't y'all be gossiping about the men because I'm here to protect my brothers.
No, we're good. We love our men. We love our men.
Get it how I live it.
For those who are new here, I am Stephen E. And for those who have been with me, you know how we do it. So let's get it started. Y'all, you can see that we've had snow here in New England. So I've been hibernating in the house for a few days. And then once that snow, got going, I had to do what I had to do and shovel my way out. So because I can't be stuck in the house for more than a couple of days, I got to be doing something. So my walk path, that's my car, that's my driveway. And actually, when I got to the end of the driveway, a neighbor actually helped plow me out the rest of it, like the rest of the 3 to 4 feet. And he was like, I'll do it for free. And I was like, are you serious? And he was like, yeah. So I was like, okay. And I saw that he had to plow on the end of his truck. So I'm like, can I get your business card or something? He was like, nah, I don't carry my business cards. He said, I drive by here all the time. So, you just got to be grateful for good people. There are still a lot of good people out there. Today I'm going to be meeting with a group of people because I spoke about it in the last video. I am doing a marriage conference. I'm a part of a marriage conference that has been set up by Bill and Brenda Moore. Bill and Brenda Moore are amazing people. This marriage conference is January 13th in North Haven, Connecticut. For those who are married, for those who desire to be married, let's come together. Let's speak about this. Let's, come together in an open forum where you're not judged and you can learn something and grow, because we're all about growth and development on this channel. We're about taking our lives to the next level. And I'll see you guys because you guys are coming along with me. So I'll see you at the next stop. Okay, now I got my coat on, I'm headed out. But one thing that I wanted to talk about is it's okay to be in a place where you're uncomfortable as long as you're looking to grow and move to the next level. Life is about challenging yourself. Life is about growth. Life is about learning. And the reason why I'm talking about this is because I met with, I was working with a group of models the other day, and yes, at one point in my life I was a model. I started out as a model, then I went to acting, but these models were kind of uncomfortable with the acting side of the business, and I kind of told them that, sometimes as a model, you're going to be put in a situation where you have to act, and you have to improv, and you have to say lines and things like that. So I was kind of working with developing them, and a lot of them were like, we're not going to get this, we're just going to be down here, you don't understand, my nerves will get to me and all that. And I'm like, you know what, it takes development, it takes practice. Life takes development, life takes a journey. So when you're transitioning from one thing to the other, be willing to go on the journey, be willing to step forward, be willing not to hide yourself, be willing to go to the first step. Don't be worried about the top of the stairs, worry about the first few steps, and then work your way to the top of the stairs. Let life take you on that journey. So, when I first started working with them, I started taping them, doing some mock commercials, and then at the end of the exercises, when I got to the third commercial, they all had grown. And you could see that there were some that, were still kind of like here as far as their mindset, but they had grown in far as how they approached the copy, how they read it, how they delivered it. But then there was 2 people that really, really wanted it. You could see that they were hungry to grow and hungry to learn. And I had to speak to those 2 people at the end of the class. And I was like, you know what, keep going, keep pushing yourselves, get books, keep studying, network with me. If there's anything that you want to know, I'm willing to teach you guys, as long as you are hungry. So everybody, 2018, let's get hungry. Let's get hungry for what it is that we want to do and where we want to go in life, okay? Let's go, because we got some business to do today. So everybody, I'm at Dunkin' Donuts. I'm with a couple of the actresses that are going to be in the Ladies' Night sketch. If you guys introduce yourselves.
I'm Sana Latrice.
And
I'm Brenda Moore.
And you guys have heard me talk about Brenda and Bill on the last video. They're putting this conference together, and they're bringing all this talent together so we can bring to you guys a great message. Don't y'all be gossiping about the men because I'm here to protect my brothers.
No, we're good. We love our men. We love our men. That's why we're doing this Lady Night skit. It's just to portray some of the things that us as women we talk about in our private time, but we always leave away, not male bash, always leave away empowering one another, staying focused, just giving each other this encouragement on stay in the race, stay faithful, trust God. So, our goal as just friends too is never to male bash, never to say, girl, you better leave that man alone and fall and do your own, because that's not the will of God. So, as women too, we want to be women of integrity, women of purpose, and hold one another accountable. So that's what you're going to kind of see during this skit, and we're excited about it.
Yes. I'm just excited. I'm honored to be a part of it. I've watched Brenda work so hard to make this thing come to fruition, so I cannot wait to see what the final product is going to look like. And so if you have not yet purchased your ticket, it's not too late, so make sure you get out and purchase your ticket and meet us on next Saturday for the Marriage Empowerment Conference.
And I'm also excited about learning about godly marriage. I learned a lot about marriage in Brenda's book and what God has showed her, what a godly marriage should be. So I'm excited. I want everybody to come down and be a part of this.
The name of my book is Wife Check. The subtitle is Becoming the Crown of Beauty. It's a little worn out, but that's because I read my book a lot. So my book is very helpful to me. Sometimes I read my book and I can't even believe some of the stuff I wrote in here, but I know it was because I was under the unction of the Holy Spirit writing it. So this is a quick description of the book. If you have my book or you're looking at it now, there's a heart here, and the cover is very significant. And so there's a heart here because when God begins to deal with us, He always gives us an impression on our heart. So the wife check is in the heart because this is what God began to deal with me and tear me down and build me back up in my heart. It was an impression in my heart. So if you follow me on social media, I'm always saying wife check. This is why. This is the name of the book, and these are the convictions that the Holy Spirit gives us as wives. And also the subtitle is Becoming the Crown of Beauty. And that just focuses on us as wives being a crown to our husband, being a metaphor of glory for them, a crown of glory that they can wear. And then also the thorns and thistles are very significant too, even behind around my name because that's kind of where I was when I wrote the book. I had a stony heart. I had these thorns and thistles, in my life, these things that were pricking me, sticking me, and I needed to get rid of. So this cover is very significant. So if you read this book, it's more about healing and deliverance and sanctification as a wife and walking into purpose. It's going to uncover some deep revelation that God revealed to me during my quiet time with Him, and also it's going to help you catapult into the wife of purpose that God intended for you.
Awesome.
So get this book.
Where can they get it at?
They can find it on the book patch under Wife Check, and also the ebook is available through Amazon under Wife Check. So 2 locations. Make sure you get it. We're gonna have fun at this conference. First of all, let me just let you see the ladies. Everybody say hi. Hi. Hey. Well, Steven's not the ladies.
The one brother that's representing, helping reel it in.
Hey, everybody. Good.
She's doing Facebook Live. I'm doing YouTube. So come watch at both forums.
Right. So we're here. This is the last Saturday before the conference, right?
Yes.
And so we're here doing some last minute stuff. We're here practicing our skits. We're not really telling you what it's about. You gotta come see it. But I'm just excited that we're even able to really just come together as women and to say, okay, there's some issues that we all kind of struggle with and kind of let it play out through theatrical impartation. So I'm encouraging you all to come out next Saturday. Like I said, this is our last time meeting together. This time next Saturday we will be at the conference.
Yes.
It's gonna be, I posted before that it's gonna be a covenant party. You guys have to come. You guys come. What do you want to say, Sanaa?
I'm just excited, and we're really inviting you guys. We are working hard. We have watched Brenda as she has been working so very hard to make sure that you guys are coming into an atmosphere that is welcoming and that you're really going to learn something from it. So we're asking that you just make your way on down to the conference, invest in yourself, invest in your marriage, invest in your future by getting a ticket, coming and joining us and seeing all that Brenda has worked so hard. Brenda and Bill has worked so hard to prepare for you guys, and we're just praying that it's just a success. We know it's going to be a success. We want you to be a part of it, so make sure you get your tickets.
Yes, and please show up expecting. A lot of hard work has been put into this, a lot of thought, a lot of prayer, and like she said, it's an investment. And what I love about this investment doesn't stop with us. It goes into those who are in our lives. So come and get full so you can go into overflow to bless those around you, to be a good representation of what the kingdom says. They put so much hard work into it, and I'm just honored to be a part of it, and I look forward to seeing each and every one of you there.
Well, I see you guys about to bring me to tears. That's about to bring me to tears, but I'm excited. Martina, you want to add? This is Martina.
Yes.
She's going to add a little something. Go ahead.
Hi everybody, good afternoon. I just wanted to let you know that it's going to be a wonderful time. Come with your hearts open. Come listen to your brothers and sisters' testimonies so we can all grow and learn. Yes. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. So you guys heard the ladies. From the conference. If you need more information, the flyer is everywhere. It's on everybody's page. It's our cover photo. Just make sure if you have any questions, just inbox us. But to be honest, like, we're just ready to go. We're just ready to go. Thank you, Toy. Thank you. We're just ready to go. We're expecting a full house. We're expecting a full house here. So, like I said, we're here. We got all our electronic devices. Look at our table. We busy, y'all. We got stuff out. Look at Steven's notebook. Look at this. Look at this. You see this? We are
Acting coach, acting
she
teacher.
Said she has a question, but we're here. We're ready. We've been here for over 2 hours, really going over these skits and just preparing ourselves. What is our acting debut? Okay, Tyler Perry, you watching this?
Yes, brother.
We coming for you.
That's
we
right.
Coming for you. Okay.
Come on,
But
partner.
this is like how he kind of started out, right? Just doing skits, doing stage plays. What you said? What she said?
What you said, sis?
Y'all having me come to. I'm ready. I think it's supposed to do. I know it's supposed to rain on Saturday. I think it's supposed to rain, not snow. And I think it's supposed to snow maybe Wednesday. But girl, listen, snow ain't gonna stop you. I know.
Stop acting like you're not from.
You know, I was gonna say the same thing. People get to Florida, be brand new.
Yeah. Stop it now.
I'm gonna have
But
to
you're
do.
the writer and director of the
Okay, so Brenda's talking over there, but what I want to talk about is that it's not only for married people, it's also for single people. And I'm a single person, and I didn't know so much about marriage because I did not know what that looked like. My parents weren't married on my maternal side. Nobody really was married, but people were married on my father's side, but I didn't really get to see that. So single people, if you have a desire to be married or to want to know what marriage is about, just to be able to listen and not be judged, come to this conference on January 13th on Saturday. We're going to have an amazing time, and we're going to receive a lot of amazing messages. And through these skits, we're all going to be able to see ourselves. And this is a fun part of it. And I'm glad to be helping out. I'm glad to have written one of the skits and helped get them on focus with their skits right here. So just come and be a part in fellowship. We're all going to have a good time. We're all going to open up. And it's not about being right and having all the answers. It's about coming together and connecting the puzzles, okay? Marriage conference. So guys, that's what I've been up to. I've been preparing for this marriage conference, and I'm excited. I'm coming with a spirit of expectancy to be able to learn, to be able to grow, to be able to take my life to the next level. And like I said, be all right that, everything isn't always together, or your life doesn't look exactly the way that you pictured it. Just start at the first step, then go to the second step, then go to the third step before you worry about, being at the top of the steps, being all the way 3 or 4 flights of steps. Start at step 1, just as long as you know that it's all right that you're not here at this point in your life, that you're willing to address it and you're willing to grow, because we all don't have it together. Sometimes we only see the good of people on social media. We only see the good of people on Facebook. We only see the good of people on Twitter, YouTube, all these accounts. And sometimes we don't see the bad, and when we do see the bad, sometimes we think that people have issues when we see the bad of issues. And sometimes we just got to know that everybody's not at the same level that we're at, and that person needs a chance to grow depending on how old they are or where they are in life and all that. No judgment. We don't judge here on this channel. We're all about growth and development on this channel. We're all about getting to the next level because, like I said, I'm not necessarily at the 3rd or the 4th flight of stairs, but I'm willing to start at step 1 and go to step 2 and go to step 3. I'm willing to climb the stairs and get everything that I'm supposed to get along the way, because I also believe that there's no coincidences. Now, I was just talking with them about something that happened even before I was born, but my grandmother's mother was mentally ill, and my grandmother took care of her before she died. And my grandmother later on, probably around the time that I was born, she started working in a mental health facility, and it became natural to her. She loved working with the patients. She loved the people that she worked with. I never heard her say anything bad about anybody, really, but I never heard her say anything bad about the people she worked with or the patients. And then if there were issues at the place, they would call her in to come in and help with the patients. She enjoyed even taking them bowling and stuff like that, playing cards with them and things like that. But what I'm saying is why I mean that there's no coincidences is because, at age 17, for however long that she was taking care of her mother when her mother was mentally ill, she was being prepped for that. And then when she became in her 40s, she was actually doing that. So Sometimes, you know, something that you may go through in your childhood may be prepping you for your adulthood, but just realize that there are no mistakes. You're meant to be in that place at that time. You're meant to learn something at that moment, and you're going to take it with you to the next level. But just address it and just recognize it. You know, it's all right to not have everything together, because we all don't have everything together. We all don't have our finances together. We all don't have our houses together. We all don't have our families and friendships together, but just recognize it and know that, you know, let's take it to the next level. So as I was speaking about earlier, that, like I said, I didn't necessarily know what marriage looked like. So I didn't know, you know, that was an option for me, because I never seen anybody really in my family married. My grandparents on my paternal side were married, but my grandparents on my maternal side weren't married. My mother wasn't married. So I really did not see what that looked like. So, you know, so sometimes it's okay to venture into the unknown. It's okay to learn about something and to not have it together, to not have the information. That's what this life is about, getting the information and being able to pass it to the next generation, and to be able to make a choice. You know, just be glad that, you know, you're free to make a choice, because sometimes some people are not free to make a choice. They feel like they got to live by their parents' choices or their grandparents' choices or whatever, as opposed to living by their choices and living in the moment. So this is what life is about, growing and getting to the next level, and then, you know, once we expire, have left our legacy behind of information or money or whatever it is that you want to leave behind for your loved ones as legacy. But I'm willing to grow, and I love this channel, and I love you guys. Thank you for all the support you guys have been giving me. And for those who are in the Connecticut area, the marriage conference is, like I said, January 13th on a Saturday in North Haven at the Best Western. There are still tickets available. At the end of this video, there's going to be some information. I actually thought I was done, but I'm not done yet. What I want to also say to actors, utilize your resources. Don't be afraid to meet somewhere because it's not a theater or because it's not a movie set, you know, in order to collab and to bring things together. We met in a Dunkin' Donuts, you know, because everybody lived close to that Dunkin' Donuts, in order for us to be able to come together and to get these skits together. So with my first acting student, we met in the library. So I met in the library with him, and I coached him for probably 3 to 4 months, and we did what we had to do. So sometimes don't be afraid that everything doesn't necessarily look like it's supposed to look like. As long as it's what you love to do, let everything else then start to form and take care of itself. So sometimes as an actor, when you're first starting out and you're collaborating with other actors and other like-minded people, you may meet in a coffee shop, you may meet in a park, you may meet at people's houses. You just do what you got to do in order to push through and make it, okay? Just go for the journey. As actors, you know, we get to do an amazing work. We get to be other people. We get to do what we normally wouldn't do in our everyday lives. We get to come alive, be other people, have fun, and go into this world and make believe. So actors, what I'm saying is, you know, the group of us, the group of us 5, we met in the Dunkin' Donuts. We did what we had to do. We all lived close to that Dunkin' Donuts, so that's the resources that we utilize. Utilize your resources. Don't put yourself in a box. Don't put your careers in a box. Utilize your resources, okay? Now, this is the end of the video. Like I said, give this video a thumbs up, share me, and subscribe, for those who aren't subscribed. And I promise you, we are warriors. We're going to keep bringing it. Let's go into 2018 unapologetic. Be a warrior. Be a blessed warrior, okay? Let's do this.